We see kids getting off the bus right now. These kids are being bused into protest, United States of America. Are kids being brought to the protest here today?
There are students who will be attending.
Okay.
It represents what he is and what he feels like.
If we don't document things like this, we will lose our country. I believe this is going to be one of my most important videos yet, and it's going to appear more raw than usual. I wanted to get this out to you as soon as possible. I'm still in my hotel room here in Chicago, so welcome back to the Nate Friedman Show, and please enjoy these raw interviews. All right, Josh, we're here. We're in Chicago.
Yep.
Tell us, yeah, thank you. Tell the audience who you are and why we're here today.
Yeah, so I'm the Chief Strategy Officer at an organization called NAVI, or the North American Values Institute, and we support American civic values in K-12 schools, and we also combat anti-American extremism.
And we got the CPS, which is the Chicago Public Schools. CPS has signed a joint agreement with CTU to transform May 1st into a day of civic engagement, student voice, and standing up to the White House attacks on our school communities. So are we going to see the park is now, I mean, we're getting more and more people. Are we going to see kids being bused to this protest?
Yeah, so what we know is that CPS agreed to provide buses and lunches for at least or up to 100 schools. Now, there was a lot of red tape that they had to go through in order to get there, but we know that there are many schools, at least 35, that are confirmed busing kids to Union Park. That means that taxpayer money is paying for buses to take kids out of school during the school day to a park for a partisan political rally. So yeah, it's really messed up. It's high schools, and we do believe that a couple of elementary schools are participating.
So who are the key figures behind this protest that we're going to see, specifically the ones that are helping kids come to this protest?
Yeah, so this was all a doing of the Chicago Teachers Union. Within the Chicago Teachers Union, there's what's called the Core Caucus, the caucus of rank and file teachers or educators, caucus of rank and file educators, and the leader of that caucus is Stacey Davis Gates. Stacey is right now the president of the Chicago Teachers Union. She's also the president of the Illinois Federation of Teachers, of which the Chicago Teachers Union is a chapter, and she's the EVP under Randy Weingarten of the American Federation of Teachers. So she is the leader of this. She is the one who really, at the end of the day, is responsible for calling in March for a May Day resolution, which basically listed all of the left-wing causes under the sun as the reason, from AIPAC to Middle East policy to immigration rights to LGBTQ rights, so on and so forth, and called for school to be canceled for the day so that all the children and all the teachers could come to the park today. She leads the Illinois chapter, so any teachers union in Illinois, she's the president. And then she's also like the second in line for the American Federation of Teachers. So she's taking 3 salaries, right? She gets her main salary and then she gets a stipend from both of them. So, they talk about here like anti-capitalist, tax the rich, no billionaires. Well, she's taking 3 salaries, right? Like a little bit of cronyism going on there.
Yeah. You sent me a recording of a Zoom of a preschool teacher talking about, he wanted the students to be comfortable sharing gender expression. Can you tell me who this guy is? What is he talking about?
Yeah, so this guy is Tomas Labato. He's a preschool teacher at Chicago Public Schools, a CTU member and a Core Caucus member. This was a webinar between the Chicago Teachers Union and the National Education Association. That's the largest teachers union in America, so it's a national organization. The webinar was a May Day for this rally curriculum build. And as I mentioned, CTU wanted this curriculum in the classroom as part of their Civic Day of Action. And the curriculum, the idea was, this is what you can bring into the classrooms. And this was a preschool teacher telling other preschool teachers to bring in gender theory, immigration politics, anti-racism to preschoolers. Now, preschoolers, if you don't know, are 3 and 4 years old. So I don't know, I try not to use the word indoctrination loosely. It is not anything but indoctrination when you're talking about a 3 or 4 year old.
I really enjoy reading this book. It's Julian is a Mermaid. It talks about a young boy who is really into mermaids and wants to dress up as a mermaid. And
at these protests, they register some of these 18-year-olds to vote at these protests that they're given extra credit to go to. Is that right?
Yeah, so they will do that at these. I can't say that they're doing it today. Maybe we'll find them doing that. But during Brandon Johnson's election, there was a PAC that is associated with the Chicago Teachers Union that actually was found to be busing kids from schools to Maggie Daley Park, which is Millennium Park, kind of in the center of the city. And they on the bus, it was a field trip for civics, just like this, right? Same thing. And on the bus, they passed out comic books. And these comic books framed Brandon Johnson as a superhero, and they framed Paul Vallis, his opponent, as like a demon with the police behind him, like, you know, anti-police. And then at Maggie Daley Park, it was like a fair, like barbecue, games, etc. And they'd take the 18-year-olds, they'd register them to vote right there, and there'd be voting booths because they could early vote at the park. So they would literally take them there, they'd manipulate them with propaganda, and then they'd take them to the voting booth after registering them to vote. And this is part of the reason that Brandon Johnson won. This is the teachers union, like, manipulating power in Chicago.
I mean, can you imagine your child being given extra credit to go to a protest to which he was registered to vote and to vote at? It's unbelievable what's happening in this country.
Give me one more thing about this, which is really concerning, is many of the schools that participated in that, they're what were called cluster schools, which means they have clusters of kids who have special education needs, like kids with disabilities basically, or learning disabilities, but also physical disabilities, which means that most likely, and we're uncovering the proof about this, they were bringing disabled kids to register to vote, and then they need a person to bring them into the voting booth as a disabled person. So it is likely, though we're trying to prove it, that they were actually using disabled kids to get votes for Brandon Johnson, which is like these leftists talk about how, you know, they're here to look out for the people that are the most oppressed or, you know, like are the most disadvantaged. There they are taking advantage of them for some sort of political agenda that I think is actually the antithesis of that.
Yeah. Hi, sorry to bother you guys. I'm from New York. I'm doing a story on this May Day protest, and I was wondering, like, I noticed your jacket. Are kids being brought to the protest here today?
There are students who will be attending.
Okay, and how does that work? Like, do they have to get like a permission slip or something like that? Can you walk through the little process, because I know the country's very interested.
I can't right now, sorry, because we're keeping track of where they're coming and how many there are and when they're arriving.
And can you tell me roughly how many kids are going to be coming here today?
We are not exactly, we have around 2,000, a little over 2,000.
2,000 kids. How many different schools?
Oh my gosh, there's a lot of them.
A lot of them. Okay. And look, this is safety operation. So, well, how long have you been briefed about here today? Has it been like weeks of preparation, months?
We've been preparing.
You've
yes.
been preparing.
Sorry, we got to run to this.
Okay.
Get the kids off.
Okay. We got to run to get the kids off the bus. This is wow. If we don't document things like this, we will lose our country. You can see she said we're being prepared for months. I mean, you would think Chicago Public Schools should be preparing a lesson plan, not being prepared to bring kids to a protest.
50 schools in Chicago, over 50, have math proficiency rates of 0%. Exactly zero. The bottom, I believe, 20 schools as far as enrollment, the average reading proficiency is 17%, or 11% actually, 11%. And the average spend per pupil on those schools is $33,000 per pupil. We have one school where there's 3 kids, $90,000 per kid. So, like, you tell me, like, what should the teachers union be advocating for? Yeah. Not this.
Wow. Is this just the one time a year the kids can go to a protest, or there's multiple opportunities like this?
Chicago has a lot of protests. We're pretty free speech. So there's a lot of opportunities. This just happens to be one that I know that they've been planning around for this year. So,
is there like for the other side, right? Like, are the kids offered to go to a Trump rally or something like that, or no?
Not that I am aware of. Nothing I can speak to on that.
Can you tell us, like, roughly the ratio of the amount of kids who have come to the protest versus stayed back?
That I don't know offhand.
Let's guess. Let's do a ballpark.
I
What do you
wouldn't
think?
even.
50-50?
You know, there's so many other protests going on throughout the city today that this isn't the only one. So there's kids going to field trips on protests in Logan Square, in the West Side, in all different areas.
All right, tell the people what's behind us here.
I think they might be coming from one of the civic action events. It's possible from CTU Hall, but this looks like a lot of young people, so I would assume some students that are not in school.
Okay, so we got students, really, it says students over billionaires, okay?
It says Chicago Teachers Union on the sign.
Okay, we can see young kids protesting here today. Just take a look around. You can see some of these kids are high school, even younger maybe.
Elementary school, probably, yeah.
Elementary school. All right, can I ask you, are you a student here at Chicago Public Schools?
Yeah.
Yeah? So were you given the day to protest?
What?
you given the day to protest?
Yes.
Yes. What are you protesting here?
For immigrants.
Immigrants? Are you against ICE?
Yeah.
Why are you against ICE?
Because they're bad people.
What's that?
They're bad people.
They're bad people? Okay. What grade are you in?
9.
Ninth grade? Okay. Anything else? What do you think about Trump?
He's a bad guy.
He's a bad guy? What fuck Trump? Okay, what grade are you in?
Igual el que ella.
You guys are both ninth grade?
Yeah.
Okay, so fuck Trump. Okay, are your teachers in agreement with you? Do your teachers agree? Yeah. Your teachers agree. Okay. And what do your teachers say about Trump?
Fuck Trump.
That's what the teachers say? They use the F word in class? Wow, so the teachers say F Trump in class, eh? What, do you guys want to be interviewed?
Yeah, what's up?
Okay, so tell us what brings you here today?
What brings me here today?
Working hours, pay Donald Trump, ICE.
Working on serious more hours, fighting for on serious more hours, you know.
ICE in our streets,
Yes.
taking innocent families, tearing them apart.
Speaking up for people who can't.
Is this the most fun day of school?
Oh,
Basically.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
Low key, genuinely,
Yeah, and how long have you guys been prepping for this day?
Well, honestly, in our world studies class, Miss Martinez, she's always teaching us about civil rights and how we should activate for ourselves and speak up. So I think this is an opportunity, and
Yeah.
For
we've
our
been
voice to be
preparing.
out there, yeah.
Yeah. And what sort of things does she talk about in class? Specific things that you guys can remember?
Well, honestly, things that we learned from the past that we could relate to our future also, especially with our voices. How she brings back how in the past a lot of people couldn't make a change because of their voices not being out loud. So we should use that as a lesson and put it to our future and make a difference with that.
Yes.
And do they want to give you guys more days to protest?
Hopefully,
Well, hopefully we
we can
wanna
advocate
protest.
for more days.
And what kind of change do you want to see here in Chicago from your protests?
ICE out of our streets,
ICE out of our streets,
more
more
families
equals.
together, people speaking up.
What do you say to those people out there who say that ICE is protecting kids, that they go after criminals who hurt kids? What do you say to those people?
That's bullshit.
That's bullshit.
That's bullshit.
And fuck ICE.
Thank you guys.
Yep, thank you.
Look, I'm trying to understand what I just heard. So there's students here who are saying that in class, their teachers are saying F Trump. Just think that this is really happening in this country now. Hi. Can I just ask, how much is this? $1? $5? Can I ask where you're from? So here we just saw this woman, she couldn't speak English very well. We have it in New York too, a lot of people coming around selling kids. They have kids on the back. Do you see it here in Chicago all over?
Yeah, so we have ARC Music Festival in this park, and I remember we were all around dancing, and a little kid this big comes up with candy, and everyone, a couple of us were like, that's horrible, get him out of here because it's unsafe. A bunch of them showered this kid with money, just gave him money. It's what do you think this isn't safe. There's people in this park drinking, it's all adults, you get trampled as a little kid. It's nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, what's going on, guys? How you doing? Hey. I'm from New York. I got a YouTube channel. Is it okay if I interview you guys?
Are you guys okay with that?
Is that cool?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Tell me about your sign here, man.
It represents what he is and what he feels like.
Yeah.
To be empowered and to take over people.
Yeah.
It's not right, and it shouldn't be happening, especially in this economy. Gas prices, oil prices going up. We need to change this. That's why all these people gathered today to speak up peacefully, respectfully, in a Buddhist way.
Yeah. I know when I was your age, I didn't have a chance to go out and protest. It's obviously a powerful thing that you're doing. What grade are you in?
I'm currently a senior at Lakeview High School.
Okay.
Definitely grateful for the opportunity that my teachers gave me to be here. It's a great experience.
So this is Trump as Hitler. Did you learn about Hitler in high school?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And can you talk to me about the similarities between Trump and Hitler?
Hitler was a leader, an empowered leader who was a hypocrite and decided to take over his country. Same thing what Trump is trying to do with immigrants. He's trying to kick them out, be a leader, try and take over.
Yeah. I know one thing that Hitler did was do you know about how he killed 6 million Jews and that sort of thing? Yeah. Do you feel that Trump will do that as well?
If he could, he would.
Yeah.
If he could, he would definitely do it because I think his personal experiences with him bringing ICE into the States, it definitely shows a big impact.
Last question for you. What was the process like to come here? Do you have to do a permission slip or that sort of thing? How many kids in your class came to this versus stayed back?
So it's only currently 5 of us that came to this protest because we learned about it in ethnic studies. We definitely learned a lot from it, especially because throughout these 4 units we definitely learned what it is to be not a good person and just to see what the real world is like.
Yeah. Okay. So 5 people out of the whole grade, or just out of that class?
Out of that class.
Oh, okay, got it. But the whole grade, more people came.
Yeah.
How would you say, like, what percentage of your grade showed up here today?
I would say like a good 15.
15%?
Yeah.
Okay. And what was the reason that these other guys stayed back? What did they say?
They think it's gonna be riotful. It's dangerous. They don't want to go out because they're afraid to speak their mind.
Yeah.
Genuine questions, which is not ridiculous to say.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
All right, so come over here. I gotta say. So this guy just saw my press pass, and he's telling his associates to get people to speak to me. Hey, how's it going? I saw you. Do you want to Google me? I saw you saw my press pass.
I'm all right. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
What brings you here today?
I'm okay. Thanks.
So he couldn't spell my name right. So the founder of GitHub came up, Nat Friedman. So you got to add an E at the end. So he's gonna work on that now.
He mentioned ethnic studies, by the way. This is one of the ways that this like oppression binary framework gets into schools. In California, it's actually state law, and it's happened in Minnesota and other places too.
What's up?
I was wondering the name of your channel so I could look it
Oh,
up
yes.
and see Marco.
Yeah, my name is Nate Friedman.
Nate Friedman.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. I
Would
wanted
you
to be able to look it up and see Marco's interview.
Yeah, absolutely. You will see it up there tomorrow. All right, thank you.
No, it's actually perfect that he said that ethnic studies class is where he got this, because this is
amazing.
like this is DEI.
Take a look at what just happened here, guys. I interviewed a student who was a senior in high school. He said he's aware of how Hitler killed 6 million Jews, and he doubled down on how that they are similar, and that he would kill 6 million Jews. It's really quite something, isn't it? It's just almost not believable that they're teaching these kids that.
Yeah, I mean, like, the Holocaust was the industrialization of death of 6 million Jews and 12 million people. I don't think that they have really any idea, like, what the difference is. But when you constantly frame everything that is the right as Trump and fascist, and you say resistance against that is justified, like, they're actually reversing it, right?
Trump rescued the hostages, and yet he's being equated to be Hitler.
For deporting illegal immigrants.
And another thing about this sign is that when you see 3 attempts on the president, that is exactly why you see 3 attempts on the president. These kids, they're not going to see Trump being assassinated as a bad thing, because they're going to see it as Hitler being killed. This is what's happening. We see kids getting off the bus right now. This investigation is only going to heat up more, but first, the Federal Reserve's headquarters renovation is going to cost $2.5 billion. Meanwhile, American families are feeling the squeeze. Higher interest rates, mortgage payments that have climbed sharply, savings that don't stretch like they used to, and this video is brought to you by Genesis Gold Group. Here's something that's worth knowing. Central banks around the world have been buying gold at near record levels. That's institutional money recognizing that in an uncertain economy, a tangible, time-tested asset belongs in the mix. Now, gold has returned over 77% in the last 5 years. Now, that's where Genesis Gold Group comes in. They help Americans roll over an existing IRA or 401k into a gold IRA, a tax-advantaged retirement account backed by physical precious metals, stored in a secure, IRS-approved depository. It's a real asset in your name, diversifying your retirement outside of stocks and bonds. Right now, they're offering a free report to help you get started with gold. Just go to nategoldira.com to get your free copy. That's nategoldira.com. And now, back to the protest. These kids are being bussed into protest, United States of America. Here, I'm standing right here. You can see behind me. This is what's happening. Know that this is happening. We are documenting this so that you can see in the United States of America that your tax dollars are being used to bus kids to a protest. Here we go, another one. We don't just have kids being bused into protests here. We've got them with megaphones, we've got them with posters. Were they making the posters during school hours? Probably, but we can ask about it. Look at how young some of these kids are. This is middle school, elementary school. It's so many megaphones.
Who paid for all those?
This isn't a conspiracy theory. That when you hear that they're indoctrinating the kids, this is not a conspiracy. So we saw that there are students being bussed into protest. Is that right?
So all organizations have decided to do a day of action, a civic day of action for students, so students can learn about their civil rights and unfortunately that are currently being eroded by our current U.S. government.
Okay, and how is the United States government doing that? I saw that the Chicago Teachers Union on their...
Okay, I'm done. Bye.
I noticed that a lot of these, a lot of you guys are wearing keffiyehs. Are they selling them here? Can people get them?
I did not buy it here. I did not see that anybody was selling them.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Thank you.
It's like you can see the keffiyeh is kind of the uniform here. You see them all over. You see what I was talking about, the hijacking the cause? You see Palestine flags, keffiyehs everywhere. Just be very careful of what these protests are really about. As you can see, we've exposed PSL before, PSL Chicago. So PSL Chicago has a very grim history. Elias Rodriguez, who went to PSL Chicago, killed a beautiful young couple outside the Israel embassy in Washington, D.C. He was radicalized at PSL Chicago.
PSL is one of the many organizations that's here today, extremist organizations, along with like Freedom Road and Palestinian Youth Movement. But yeah, I mean, they've been a big proponent of these May Day walkouts throughout the country. We haven't specifically had them tied to K-12 schools here, but when I messaged you, it was around all the time of the ICE walkouts at school, and they were actually messaging students directly and asking them to join their webinars, and those webinars were basically training them on how to do walkouts at their schools. And in those webinars, they were telling them, you know, teachers may not like this, teachers that remain neutral, like you should ignore them, and that you may be at risk of suspension. And when one of the students actually asked, like, you know, if we get arrested, will there be any support? PSL actually told them that they would find a way to support students who get arrested. So basically encouraging them that it would be okay to get arrested at one of these walkouts.
Yeah. We've seen it in New York time and time again. All the other causes come here. Look at Revolutionary Communists of America. You've got all sorts of different causes here today. And look at this too. All the signs professionally printed here by the PSL, which is funded by Soros through, you know, you got Progress Unity Fund, you've got the Justice and Education Fund through Singham. So look at it, it's all beautifully printed right there. So without these figures, without these, the irony is without these billionaires, you know, this whole protest is about billionaires out, but it's billionaires who are printing these signs. Look at how many keffiyehs we see here. Here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 keffiyehs in a matter of 2 seconds. 5 keffiyehs, 6 keffiyehs. This is more than I've ever seen in New York City, just for reference, okay? You've got one keffiyeh here, another keffiyeh there, another keffiyeh behind her, another keffiyeh there, another keffiyeh there, another one. It's a symbol of terrorism. Another keffiyeh. This is more keffiyehs than I've ever seen at a protest times 10. Hey, how you doing, man? How much are these? $3. $3? Yeah. There are a lot of kids who are here selling candy. A lot. We are, yeah. Do you want to be interviewed?
Sure.
Okay, cool.
Okay, interview?
Yeah, sure. Come on in.
Where's this gonna be on?
My YouTube channel.
Okay, come on.
Yeah.
My mom watches YouTube.
Cool. Yeah, I'll give it to you after. So
But
what
can you
brings?
ask us like simple questions?
Yes. Yeah, for 100%. That's the only kind of questions I ask. What brings you here to this protest, guys?
It's May Day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
School.
Yeah.
School.
And what did your school tell you guys?
They told us about the backstory of May Day and how it's important for workers to
Yeah.
be in this protest.
Yeah. And is your signs? I just want to see. This one says F Trump. So that's related to the workers still then, yeah?
Oh no.
No.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Okay. What does your sign say?
Mine is about May Day. It
Okay.
has a whole bunch of words on it.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you make it yourself?
Yeah.
Cool. Was it like during school you guys made these signs? You prepped for it?
Yeah.
Cool. And what class is that during?
I made mine during my history class.
Cool.
while we were learning about the subject.
Okay, so it's not like just like the civics class, it's also other classes that are speaking about May Day, right?
Yes.
Okay, and is it all throughout the day from different teachers, or just history and civics, or it's multiple?
All throughout the day.
All throughout the day? Okay, cool. Like math and science and that sort of thing?
Yeah.
Oh, what are they saying in math and science classes?
Well, right now I don't have math and science. I'm taking my college class.
Yeah.
So they're actually at the McCutcheon protest for the new gym.
Oh, they're at a different protest?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But she was telling us that we should come to this protest because it's best for us to chant for what we need and what we want. So yeah.
You said you don't have math and science. I had to take math and science. So what grade are you in?
I'm in 10th. I took it last semester.
Are you taking, so you don't have to take math again?
No. Not until next year. Yeah, not until
Well,
next year.
no math. Okay, what does that say? Workers' rights. Okay, so tell me about like workers' rights, like what this symbolizes here.
So what we learned in our history class was the 3 8s, 8 hours of work, 8 hours of sleep, and 8 hours of free time, what they want to do with their lives.
Yes.
So workers' rights basically is connected to that. It's the rights that workers have to say what they want in their union.
And how do you guys feel about billionaires?
Your side.
Show your side.
Workers over billionaires. Okay, gotcha. And do you learn about billionaires in school?
Not really. No.
Okay. So what makes you want to say workers over billionaires? If you don't learn in school, did you guys learn it independently about them? Like who they?
On social media. And
Social media. And what are they saying on social media about billionaires?
Lost track.
Are you guys excited about this? Like, yeah. And you got. It's your first protest, and it's fun, right? Like it's better than school.
Yeah.
Pleasure to meet you guys. My name is Nate Friedman. You can look me up. It'll probably be on TikTok. Nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you too.
Awesome.
Nice to meet you.
Awesome. Bye, guys. I want to pull up this specific slide from their curriculum here. Their, I guess, proposed curriculum, right? What exactly is this?
So this is from a different curriculum fair called Teachers for Social Justice. And this is a curriculum fair that's been going on for about 20 years, and it's actually connected to Bill Ayers, who was a domestic terrorist and ended up being, amazingly, a professor at University of Illinois, Chicago. And he was part of basically a collective that started this, and he's been part of these curriculum fairs before. But this curriculum basically frames the United States as inherently fascist and authoritarian. And it talks about like social studies curriculum, traditional social studies curriculum, upholding genocide both domestically and internationally. And you'll actually see in here references to different genocides, and then Chicago is listed.
Okay, let me read this out. So if the camera can catch this, it's how does your curriculum embody elements of anti-imperialist social studies? So this is what they want in all the schools in Chicago.
This is what Teachers for Social Justice is training teachers to bring into their classrooms. And by the way, teachers were given professional development credit for these.
Yeah.
So, if you're in healthcare or you're a teacher or professional, you need to take a certain amount of hours. The hours they spend at these workshops, they got credit for.
And just to speak to the judgment of this group, they reference ICE terror. So they believe that ICE is committing terrorism in Chicago. Is that right?
That's right.
Okay.
People will say that, there's the agreement calls for the union and the school to work together to put civic action curriculum into the school, or that CPS has curriculum that's approved. But in this webinar, they talk about fugitive pedagogy, which is something that Bill Ayers actually championed, which is specifically the idea that they should sneak this social justice curriculum past administrators. So you can talk about whatever agreements the teachers union has or Chicago Public Schools wants. These teachers are being trained to not care about those agreements, but bring this into the classroom anyways.
So the only American flags that we're seeing are upside down. This is not a small day of protesting. This is huge.
No ban, no registry, no white supremacy.
This is what I mean. No white supremacy. Like, where did that come from? It's like out of left field. It's like just sprinkle that on.
Supremacy.
We have eat the rich, no white supremacy.
No ban, no registry.
It's not about workers' rights. If you want to see all the kinds of different flags, you can learn a lot about flags here. You've got the trans flag, you've got the Palestine flag next to it, which is, the irony is not lost on me, and you've got the Mexico flag. You've got every flag besides the United States. And you can see that there are students marching here, eating snacks, just enjoying their day off. And speaking as a former high school kid, if there was something that gave you the day off, you were going to remember it fondly. You're going to say, oh, I was out of school that day. It's nice. Are you guys students I can interview? I'm a journalist from New York, and I'm interviewing people. I have a YouTube channel. What's your channel say? My name is Nate.
Nate?
Yeah.
And what's your profile?
Yeah, sure. It's Nate Friedman.
Nate Friedman.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I mean, are you recording right now?
Yeah.
Oh, I know Spanish.
You don't want to do it? Oh, you don't want to do it? Hey, sorry, can I ask, what is this petition exactly?
Divesting Illinois from Israeli companies.
Oh, okay. And how does that have to do with the May Day, the workers' rights thing? Is it related?
I'm sorry?
Is it related to the workers' rights here today? Because we're here to cover workers' rights.
You're here to cover workers' rights?
Yeah.
I mean, I would say this is relevant in the sense that, these are companies that are complicit in genocide and apartheid right now.
I think what's really disappointing about this is, like, I'm a really proud Chicago, and I'm really proud of Chicago history. It's one of the great American cities. And the reason that we have this like day in Chicago and why International Workers' Day exists is because of the labor movement in America that really was centered in Chicago. The reason that we all have an 8-hour workday is because of the Haymarket riot that happened, all the way over there. And unfortunately, like, we could be teaching kids really about that in a centered way and about how civic action really works, but what we ended up with is this. So they're really adulterating something that is an important part of Chicago history and making it about something that I think is far beyond what it is supposed to be.
Yeah, absolutely. So can you tell me about what Indivisible Chicago is?
Well, it's one chapter or one section of the whole Indivisible movement, and we're basically always working on issues having to do with democracy.
Yeah. I've heard a lot about Indivisible, but I never actually got a chance to speak to someone who is involved in it. So what is it exactly?
Oh, okay. Well, it was founded in 2017, right after Trump won, by two former staffers of the House members, and Leah Greenberg and Ezra Levin. Anyway, so they founded it, and lots and lots and lots of people signed up to work with them. And they initially really were working on getting people to make calls to their House and members and Senates to push legislation that we wanted. But over time, obviously, it's evolved. And so now it's basically collaborating with lots of other grassroots organizations to organize these marches, to call, to work from Democratic candidates, lots of different.
Cool. And just one question for you. When I was here, I was covering how students were bused to this protest. What is your thoughts on that?
Students were bused to the protest?
Yeah. Are you for it or against it?
Sure, I'm in favor of it.
Yeah. And why so?
Because it helps them get where they want to do to support causes they believe in, I'm assuming. Yeah.
Do you feel that, like, someone, I know, like, the other side, they're barking in my ear telling me a 14 or 15-year-old is too young to be about politics, that they should just focus on math and science. What are your thoughts on that?
They're way not too young at all.
Yeah.
They should start thinking about it when they're 4 or 5. I have grandchildren who are children of union members, and they're out there at rallies and when they're toddlers.
Yeah,
so
against
that's
Trump.
not too early. Yeah.
4 or 5 is not 4 to 5 is not too young to go against Trump, right?
No, right.
Awesome. All right, thank you. All right, well, the people are for it, so 4 to 5. Another thing that they write is that American exceptionalism does not mean that we are special or morally superior. So they're basically speaking about how reality is that there's an exploitation and oppression are foundational to the creation and current operation of the U.S. So this is anti-American, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And look, it's okay in class to have critical discussion about these topics. Take a critical theorist lens of the United States and apply it and test it and argue about it. But that's not what they're doing. They're just basically stating this as fact.
Yeah.
And that's the problem here is they're not practicing what are American civic principles, which is putting ideas out there, testing them, and really giving a factual basis behind what's real and what's not. They're just basically saying that innately America is imperialist, it's settler colonial, it's bad, it's white supremacist, it's
So you haven't heard about them bringing in any teachers that are pro-America that are going to speak to how good American exceptionalism is. They don't have that.
Not at the Teachers for Social Justice Fair, and on the webinar, absolutely nobody said anything positive about America.
nobody said anything positive about America. Wow.
The teachers union funds every Democratic Socialist candidate in this city for aldermen. So we have a whole bunch of aldermen that are funded by CTU. The mayor of Chicago, Brandon Johnson, is a former CTU organizer, member, and core caucus member. His campaign, 65% of it was funded by the teachers union and its affiliates. So this is not about this is not just about what's going on in this park. It's about using the education system to take over the municipal government and to change municipal policy.
So the Chicago Teacher Union have close ties with Brandon Johnson, the mayor.
Yeah, and this is the model really that is being pioneered in Chicago that you will see and is starting to happen in New York City with the U of T, in Los Angeles with the UTLA. Specifically in Los Angeles, an extremist part of the caucus just won power there, and they are the same ones that are standing up all the Democratic Socialists in Los Angeles. So this is Dallas too. When you talk about red states, these blue cities and red states have the same problem.
The only thing they know is Democrat. They're, like I said, the council's Democrat, the governor's mayor's Democrat. So you got a choice between Democrat or Democrat, not Democrat or Republican. So you have kind of a one-party system.
Totally, and this goes to what it's like for a kid in a classroom too, because a lot of people would say, well, it's voluntary, right? Like, you have to get a permission slip, you have to agree to go. But think about the coerciveness of it if you're actually a kid in a classroom with different ideas. If you decide not to go and you stand up, you're going to face social ostracization and potentially repercussions from that teacher who may not agree with your political position. So you're just in an environment where it doesn't work for you as a kid who's could be 8, could be 13, could be 17 to actually really stand by your opinion. You're better off just kind of going with the flow and ending up at this protest. So it's voluntary only in name. It's really coercive.
Right, and we can remember, when I was in high school, not too long ago, and I would say that the field trips were to museums. They were to museums are just to explore the world out there. They weren't to go to protests. And we know that honestly, if you were the kid without the permission slip, it would be like, whoa, where's your permission? It's like, what happened? You couldn't convince your parents. It was like, there was the desire to conform. And now this is the field trip. This is what the field trip is now here in Chicago.
Yeah, and what we want at Navi is to keep politics out of the classroom. When I was growing up in school, I could probably guess now what the political affiliations of my teachers were, but nobody ever took a political side on any issue. I would never have known whether my teacher was a Democrat or Republican, and frankly, it didn't matter. And we read The People's History of Howard Zinn, but we got both sides of it, and we had critical discussion about it. That's not what is happening in schools now. Now it's The People's History, and that's the only history.
Okay, where can people follow you?
Why Not Josh, WEINOT Josh, on Instagram, also on X. And then my organization is Navi, N-A-V-I, and our tags are at Navi Values on all social media.
Josh has done a ton of work on this, and definitely check out his stuff. So we hear a lot that they're coming after our kids, and we also hear a lot that that is a conspiracy, but it's not. This video clearly shows that it's the truth. If you want to see the craziest protest that I've ever been to, it's on your screen right now, and I'll see you there.